Good morning. This is Tony Pace, and this is Keep Up the Pace. And this morning, I want to talk to you about something. I want to talk to you something about something personal. I want to know. You can answer my question. I want to know if you're an innie or an outie. I mean belly buttons, people. You look down right now and decide right now if you're innie or outie. No, I'm just kidding. I don't really want to know about your belly button. I don't really care to know about your belly button. What I want to know today is if you're an innie or outie. Are you being led by the Spirit of God on the inside? Or are you being led by external circumstances on the outside? Now that's another one of those. I want you to take stock of yourself today and look and listen and slow yourself down. Slow your roll, honey. Because most of the time you look at yourself and find out you're going way too fast. You are doing what Brother Keith Morris calls an MTF, moving too fast. Anyway, so I was thinking today about the number of times I was actually talking to my little girl today about how many times I have been, about a few times I have been led by external circumstances, led by, oh, my favorite things. One of my favorite things, and some people can relate to this, is a list. And I like to make a list for what I'm gonna do every day. I'll be honest. I'll tell you, I make a list for every day. If I could make it for every hour, I probably would be sitting there making one. I love them things. Anyway, I like to make a list for what needs to be done for the day. So I had one of my little lists, my little religious list, like I do every day. And I was doing errands that day. I was doing things like grocery shopping, going to the post office and whatnot. I had my little list going, and one of the things on my list was go to the grocery store. And I remember I was feeling pretty good. I finished most of my list up, and everything was going smoothly. I got to cross some stuff off. I like crossing stuff off my list. Don't take my list from me. Anyway, I'm kind of driving around the corner to the grocery store that normally shop at, and I hear the Holy Spirit. I mean, the Spirit of God on the inside. I didn't hear it with my natural ears, my two ears stuck to the side of my head. I heard the Holy Spirit, God on the inside of me, speak to me and tell me, "You don't need to go to the store today." And I told him, "You know what? I need to go in this store today." No, I didn't tell him like that. I just was like, what I told him was, but it's on my list. That's what I told him. And as I turned into the driveway to the grocery store, he told me again, "You do not need to go in the store today." And I told him again, it's on my list. So I pull into the driveway of the grocery store, park my car, and you know what? Right now I'm slowing down because I know I've heard the voice of the Lord for one thing, and I don't want to do what He said, and so I'm slowing down. And I turn the car off. I'm sitting there for a minute, and I still hear, "You don't need to go in this store." And I open up the door, and I shut the door. And then I decided, oh, this is ridiculous. You're being silly, girl. You need to go in this store and get you some almond milk because you ran out of almond milk. So get in there, get out real quick. It's only one item. Hurry up and go do it. So you know what? So I get out of the store, and you know what? It wasn't right. It just didn't feel right. I'm being led by external circumstances, and I've already heard the voice of the Holy Spirit speaking to me. So I'm actually in a state of disobedience, or to be honest, a state of disobedience and a kind of rebellious state. Okay, a rebellious state, because I know that the Holy Spirit spoke to me, told me I did not need to go in the store, but I want to complete my list. So I'm gonna go up in this store and give me some almond milk, and then I'm gonna go through the express lane and go get in my car and go home and have the satisfaction of knowing that my list was done for the day. So I'm walking into the store, and all of a sudden, the doors to the store fly open, and this dude comes booking out the store. He's running, man. He's running. He's looking behind. He's running. He ain't looking behind him, really. He's just running. And then all of a sudden, another dude comes running out the store, chasing behind him. And I don't know what happened. I have no idea to this day how it happened, but somehow I ended up between the two of these fellows. And they're big. They're taller than I am, and I'm tall. So they're these big fellows, and they start to scuffle with each other, and I'm in between them. And I kind of somehow get out of the scuffle. I don't even know how I got in between them because the one guy is running, the other guy is grabbing at him, pulling at his jacket, pulling at his clothes, trying to get him back into the store. And I somehow got between them, and I'm like, oh my Lord, oh man, it happened so fast. And then it turns out it was this dude had stolen some meat from the grocery store, and he had placed it on the inside of his clothing next to his chest, and he had taken off out of the store, and the guy that was chasing him was actually one of the employees of the store chasing him, and somehow got in that scuffle. And you know what? That learned me a lesson right there. I learned me a lesson, honey, about my list and how and how, you know what, how does my list stack up to the Holy Spirit telling you what to do and what not to do, honey. So what happened? And I play back in my mind, I think, wow, anything could have happened that day. That guy, it was only meat that he had, but they could have gotten to a real knock him down, dragging out, kind of swinging and fighting with each other, and I was standing between them. Somebody could have had a knife on him. Somebody could have had a gun on him for a package of meat, maybe not a gun, but you know what? People carry knives. People carry other weapons on them. And all the time, I am determined that I'm going to get in this grocery store. I'm going to get my almond milk. I'm going to come out and I'm going to be able to check something else off my list. So this is to me, it is a very excellent example of someone not being led, but not an innie, but an outie, being led by external circumstances. It's like my list. My list was leading me, guiding me, driving me, and I was going to have what I wanted that day. Anyway, this is a good point. Take stock of yourself and see where you're at. See where you're at. With the list. I mean, I told you I love me some lists. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I like lists. I still make lists, but I still make lists. But I'm not determined that I'm gonna override the voice of the Holy Spirit speaking on the inside of me to finish off that list. I gotten real good at not finishing off lists now. It's like I have learned. I'm getting real good at that, not succeeding with the devil's plan for my life. Did I say that right? I'm real good at avoiding Satan, the enemy's plan for my life, by listening to the voice of the Holy Spirit on the inside. Anyway, this is Tony Pace. This is Keep Up the Pace. I went a little bit longer than I wanted to today, but I want you to be encouraged. I want you to take stock of yourself and see where you're at, and look, be honest with yourself and say, am I an innie or an outie? Okay? Have a good day. I love you. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.